My name is Rabia, and this is my truth. First, I was a child. Then, I became a woman. Now and forever, I am a goddess. After all of that space and exploring this liberation and freedom that I live in, it's all coming to me and through me. The ancient goddesses of the Vedic lineage, the goddess Kali, she has been working through me. She's been present in my life in those very moments that I would see my father and his demons. Kali is the goddess of death. And by death, I mean death of ego. Everything that I've been attached to in this world, she has taken a sword and just, in the most brutal way, sliced me open to release the things that I was gripping onto out of fear, to open my heart to deeper and deeper levels of freedom and liberation. I carry the power of Kali. She's just one of the goddesses that I channel. I'm able to transmute through fire and through ritual and through my own psychic ability. That's been my salvation. I used to be afraid of this energy. I didn't understand it because it's scary. It's the reason that the man that I dated shot himself in front of me in the head. And in those moments, I didn't know that that's what was happening. I was terrified for my life. I was terrified for his life. I didn't know that that moment would lead to such huge blessings, cracking me open deeper and deeper, and infusing me with the power of my voice to speak these truths, to express these things so people don't have to live in fear. They don't have to live entrenched in these narratives that we've been taught our entire lives. We're so much more powerful than we have ever been told, and that's the truth. That is the truth of every soul, not just me. I'm special, but everybody else is special too. And I'm so aware now of the power that I had to create and shape this life that I've manifested. I wasn't a victim. These weren't things that happened to me. These were things that I manifested because I needed to get here. Here is the joyful eternal now. It is living in such a state of bliss and connection and flow. It is an unending, infinite source of goodness that has been coming my way through creativity, through career, through love, through relationships, through creative expression. It's a joy that I can only describe to you because I feel it in every cell of my body. And it feels like a multiverse of kaleidoscopic colors that are prismatic. I never knew in those moments of abuse, in those moments of being completely rejected by my loved ones, feeling completely and utterly alone in this world, in those really dark moments, the depth of the darkness of those moments, I never knew that the joy that I was going to live in was going to be as intense, but even bigger. I am so integrated, mind, body, soul. There is no disassociation anymore. I don't live in the little girl scared part. The daughter who could never please her parents because she wasn't the right color and she wasn't quiet enough. I'm all the dark and I'm all the light, and it's all integrated. And I feel so powerful in the most humble way, in the most grateful way. There is nothing I can't accomplish. It's changed and evolved over the years. More recently, it's like after renouncing my faith and leaving my arranged marriage, it was exploring other faiths and philosophies, how other free people lived. How did they choose to live? Why did they live on the earth that way? Why do they honor Pachamama? And every time I learn, it just opens my heart up even more. And all those years that I was only exposed to just religion at home and in the mosque and in summer school, we spent our summers studying Quran, memorizing it. We spent all that time just devoted to learning faith. And then at school, you learn, but you really learn dogma. You start to understand as you get older that it's a very one-sided view of the world. That's really not even true. It's very limiting, and it takes away your sovereignty. Everything that I learned in my religion and at school really taught me to be powerless. It taught me to be just kind of a sheep in the herd. And as I've awakened to learning in my own way and what calls my heart, liberation and freedom and sovereignty are everybody's birthright. And I won't stop shining my heart on everybody that I can that comes across my path so that they can step into their own. We turn on the news, we see what appears to be our power being taken away. It's still not bigger than this heart, and it's still not bigger than the power that resides within each individual. And I know that truth. I know it with every cell in my body, and I have no fear. I have no fear. I'm going to Egypt in a couple of weeks to just reclaim more and more of my ancestry that I've been blocked from, but it lives on, and it's real. And everybody has it. Everybody has this divine power. This jewelry carries my grandmother, my mother's mother. This jewelry carries the energy of the power of the women in my family. It carries energetically the resilience. It carries this goddess beauty that can't be dimmed. It's just this light. And I've worn this set. It was gifted to me during my marriage, but it means so much more to me. It just feels like divine, feminine light and beauty. It's a gift to wear it. It makes me feel at ease with my power and to come from a place of humility with my power too. Yeah. Joy is making love to a woman for the first time. Joy is every chakra point in your body completely aligned with a partner who sees your soul and can hold the light and the dark at the same time. Dancing, it's touching my own body when I'm alone. It's the energy that pulsates through every cell in my body and enters me from my crown and fills my entire body, and it feels like a kaleidoscope of colorful, prismatic, just cells dancing and expanding until I feel like I'm hanging upside down with my legs spread open, twirling in the sky. Joy is this infinite feeling that I can return to over and over again. Freedom feels like traveling to a mountain, like Mount Shasta, and stepping into the unknown, into hiking trails that people tell you people don't make it on, but knowing that you're safe and that as long as you follow your heart and your guidance, you're free. You're always free. And it's always accessible. My skin is flowy and flexible and life-giving and sensual and euphoric and tantalizing, and it's just the container beyond which this much bigger energy that's dancing around me and through me gets to dance. cosmic pussy power feels like all the energy to create worlds, to create things that are unimaginable. It feels like a fire that grows and grows, and it spreads through every point in your body until you're completely overcome by it. And if you just allow yourself to receive it and open yourself up completely to receive it, it will move through you and it will guide you, but you have to trust it because it's such a powerful force. It's the same force that will magnetize you to dangerous people that you have to learn the lesson from. But it's also the same force that'll take you to the other ends of the earth, maybe to Egypt, to meet former ancestors, queens like Isis, to fully embody your power. It can be scary, but it's more powerful than it is scary. It's only scary because of all the things we've been taught about it. It's your sensuality. It's your sexuality. It's the womanness in your body. It's the curves of your bosom. It's your hips and the enormity of their strength. It's being fully in your body as a woman and fully embracing the energy that you can be a conduit to. It's so beautiful. It's coming home over and over again. I have a fire, a sexual energy that has been trying to express itself through me from the beginning. And when that metal pole touches my hand and I'm gyrating and grinding and moving my body, curving it around the metal pole and climbing the pole and doing a layback, laying back with my legs spread open, I am fully embodying that energy that has been trying to express itself through me. But I've been scared. I was scared of it. It was evil. It was bad. It was shameful. It's everything Mom didn't want for me. The pole was so sacred. Pole dancing, when I put on those stripperella 4-inch heels, it was some of the most holy and divine experiences I've ever had in my body. Nothing felt more like love. I'm openly and joyfully with a woman. I feel so at home. I remember the first time I buried my face in Lauren's lotus. The tears, I couldn't stop crying. I just couldn't stop crying. And it was nothing short of worship. It's like all I've ever wanted is for a partner to worship my body the way I know it's meant to be worshiped and to experience the energy that comes through my body. And no one's ever been able to experience that. And then I started to wonder, is this a gift that women have? Is this something that we have in our yoni? This love that's so powerful. I'm multi-orgasmic in a way that it's a full body alignment. It's not the Olympic marathon sex that I've had that's from the porn scenes. It's so different than that. It's so profound and powerful and life-giving and nourishing. And I don't feel any of the things I used to feel. Sometimes I would feel used up or disconnected or something's always felt really off. I don't live in categories and labels anymore, so I just know that the lotus and her power is where I want to live. And I'm loving life and it's expanding so much, so quickly. I used to say I'm on a roller coaster and I'm belted in. I'm not belted in anymore. I am flying, but my body can handle it. I'm integrated. Tantra is a Vedic, ancient practice. The world used to run under female gods, but we wouldn't know that because history's been erased. And female gods carried the power of the yoni. We carried the power to create worlds. Tantra is a return to that practice. It's almost like a worship of the yoni, but it's well beyond that. It's fully devoting yourself to the pleasure and the power of what this expresses. And it's sacred, and it's pure, and it's beautiful, and it's all the things that you were told it's not. But most of all, it's so powerful. So I connected with Kali energetically. I was the vessel through which Kali expressed herself to heal some people on a retreat that I was on. And the more I stepped into that energy, the more I recognized that Kali is working through me. When we drop in and connect with an energy that we fully feel in our body, that's aligned with our heart, aligned with our mind, and we're feeling it in our body, it could be an energy of a goddess, whatever aligns with you. But for me, in my lineage, in my body, my experience, my ancestors, what I came from, Kali embodies the power that these women and myself need in order to express our truth. I work with Kali, and I work with Kali energy to heal people and heal myself still. But channeling Kali opened me up to channel other ascended masters. I was recently in Mount Shasta, and it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible to just sit open-hearted and receive. And because I've always been able, remember I saw demons as a child, I've always had this vision. And the visions come to me more clearly now. The messages come more clearly. The messengers through whom the messages come more clearly now. And I'm still stepping into these gifts, but I've completely awakened to them. And I know their power. And I'm headed to Egypt, because every time I've traveled where my heart has called me, like when I went down to South America and it opened up, releasing shame about my body. Going to Mount Shasta released fear about being alone and am I provided for, and am I safe in the world, especially after, the most recent thing with Robert. And when I went to Mount Shasta, I received absolute affirmations that I am absolutely safe. And I feel more and more safe in my body. And now I'm headed to Egypt next. And this is a tantric call. Something tells me that I'm going to fully stand and express all that I embody through Tantra. It's been a big secret. It's been this ugly blemish in my family. Like, is she a witch? She pole dances. She's with a woman. I mean, there's so many things about me that are at odds with the people that I came from, but this is really who I am. And I'm returning to understanding my roots. And so that's my next trip. And I'm going to meet temple priestesses, women who feel like they, through their lineage, embody this same energy. There's Jewish sisters and Christian sisters. We're coming together because we all feel whatever this is. It's so powerful, and it needs more expression, and it needs a community, and it needs support. So that's where I'm headed. I love who I am. I am so grateful for this skin, this body, this heart, all these life experiences. I am so grateful. And the more I love myself, the bigger this heart gets and the bigger this flow of love gets that I can shine on other people. Life is magic right now. It is with such joy that I express this message to you. The most painful things that you have been going through in your life, the most devastating things that you've lost, those are the very things that will help you mark your greatness in the world. And it's just that shift. If I had somebody telling me that when I was 3, or when I was 7, or I was 12, or when what happened with Robert, I can't imagine how much more life I would have lived in a short amount of time. But this is my just plea to you, is open yourself up to seeing those things that have been your greatest pain as possibly being what will fuel your greatest power in the world. It'll be some creative endeavor or some professional endeavor. It will be a relationship. It will maybe be a new hobby. But all of that pain, if you can work through it, you'll open up parts of yourself, you'll integrate into your body, and then you can be the full expression of who you are. Every single one of us is sovereign. If you can just release the old programming and not be afraid of the people that you're going to lose, and not be afraid of venturing into new territory, what's waiting for you on the other side, I can't even express with words the magnitude of that joy. It's so explosive that your body can't even contain the joy. Gods and goddesses and energies that are bigger than us join you in that dance. And I wish that and hope that for everybody, even my mom.